think why I came up was because with Peter saying, don't play small, it sort of rung a little bell somewhere. I think my passion in life is to remind people that we're not here in life not to live to our full potential. We're not here to play small. We're not here to sort of hide in the corner and sort of exist rather than live. And I think it took me a long time to realise that. I was forever juggling work with children, juggling balls, trying to be superwoman, doing everything, keeping everybody happy, you know. And when I went off travelling, it was like a complete revelation to me that, God, you could just play, you could just have fun, you could just interact with people, do madcap things and get into scrapes and sort of clear your mind and think, all right, what we're going to do here? All right, we'll do this. And it wasn't sort of life-threatening if it didn't all turn out as you wanted to. Whereas sometimes we take life so seriously, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think one of the hilarious things for me is that I don't really feel my age. I think when you get to the age of about 25, you don't really feel any different. It's just that your body ages and people perceive you differently and what have you. And when I decided to write Life Begins at 50, at some point I decided, right, I would look for a book cover. And I sent off to 99 Designs and I said, you know, I'm going to call it Life Begins at 50 and here's the spec. And some of the people obviously read the spec and some of the people definitely didn't. And some of the images I got back of people's perceptions of what you look like at 50 was just hilarious. I got things that were like the sort of the Saga advert, you know, like two people sort of like, and the pièce de résistance was two people with a Zimmer frame going across the zebra crossing. And I thought, gosh, is this what people think, you know, 50 looks like? And it obviously is. And they think that, you know, you look at the sort of a lot of the adverts, for people of that age, and it's like, we will hold your hand, don't you worry, you won't have to think about anything, we've got everything sorted for you. If you want to go on a trip, don't worry, you know, it's all planned, you know, you'll come out, we'll have the coach ready. And you think, oh my God, how boring. And I think one of the reasons that I went travelling was one of my best friends said to me, Helen, we don't want to be talking 10 years' time and me saying to you, God, do you remember when you had that opportunity to go off travelling around the world? And I thought, yeah, to me, now it's about having no regrets. I don't want to get to the end of my life and think, poor God, I had all those opportunities and I just played small and I played safe and I stayed in this cozy little comfort box and didn't actually live to my true potential. And there's times still when I think, oh no, I don't want to be a show-off, I don't want to get up there, I don't want to talk about what I've done and the fact that I've written a book and what have you. And then sometimes I think, well, actually, if it just changes one person's life, then maybe it's worth doing that.
Yep.
And so now my mission is to do some madcap things, to sort of show to people that actually you can get out there and you can do things. And if the worst thing that you're going to do is make a fool of yourself, then what the hell does it really matter? So recently I thought, right, I'm going to have to get myself geared up to sort of promoting this book. So I said to people, right, you need to give me a few challenges to do. So up to now, I've done a supermarket sweep in a onesie. I've driven a tractor and started off going backwards, which was quite hilarious. I've climbed the 3 peaks in the Yorkshire Dales. I went firewalking, and throughout the sort of the training for this firewalk, you have like an hour's talk, and I was thinking, oh, this is great, oh shit, oh, this is great, oh shit, you know, because whatever he said, you thought, oh, this is great, and you thought, oh my God, 650 degrees fire, maybe it's not a good idea. But yes, because I thought, well, if I'm going to be saying to people, this is what you can do, you've almost got to have been there, and you've got to have experienced these things, and you've got to experience the highs and the lows, and you're not just telling a story, you're telling something that you've actually done. And what I've realised with doing these mad little challenges is that if you sort of put it out there and you say you're going to do something, whether you want to do it or not, on the day you sort of think, sugar, this is it, but you've got to do it because you've said you're going to. And then you realise that you can. And you think, God, I went off on a 15-mile off-road bike ride when I haven't been on a bike for 40 years. And I was thinking, as I sort of went down the dirt track, you know, as we sort of went up, I thought, God, my coccyx is hurting already. We haven't even started yet. And I thought, God, but you just do it because I had someone else to talk to. And so you get, you know, you're off and you think, God, this is all right, actually. And it's almost like you start believing in your own potential. You start realizing that all these things that you talk about that you can't do, and all these stories, negative stories that you tell yourself, are absolutely rubbish. We can do anything we set our minds to. We can get out there and do whatever we want to. It's just making that effort. And it's not being apathetic, and it's not sort of buying into all these stories that we tell ourselves. It's actually going out there and just having a go. So here's to having a go. Julian. Oh,